Okay, so if you came from the last one, then you're probably already going to be knowing what's going on because I literally just recorded that one, but let's get right into it. So let's go right with it. Multiple time frame analysis. The driving factor to whether I make a trade or not for the day. And the driving factor for what direction I'm looking for a trade in. This literally determines every single trade I make every single day. This isn't like the Fibonacci I pretty much use every day. And then my entry confirmations, that is definitely is prone to change day by day. SMTs like to use them, but if I have enough confirmation, I won't use them. But this is literally used every single goddamn day. I'm kind of in a bad mood today. Not even today, just this hour. So basically, someone just told me that Surf's Up is like a bad movie, and that kind of ticked me off. A really good movie. Go watch that shit. But let's get to the actual point. Fuck, we already wasted a minute. So what is multiple time frame analysis? So the way I trade, we have micro time frame, then we have small time frame, we have medium time frame, and we have large time frame. And then we also we have like this is gonna sound so stupid. I want to just put like very large time frame, which I will, I guess. And these are all kind of prone to change. Nothing like insane, but it's like the last video I was ranting about how fucking time-based strategy is so stupid. Fuck, I hope I haven't said any slurs or any bad words in this video, other than like just curses. Anyways, but no. So, do I want to cut this? No, I don't care. Okay, so basically we have micro time frame, small time frame, medium time frame, large time frame, very large time frame, and then after that we have like insanely large time frame. This sounds so stupid, but this is just because I don't want to put like for sure that it's a monthly time frame or like a yearly or like a few month time frame. I don't really ever I'll only use like an annual time frame if like I'm seeing that other people are saying it, which that's actually perfect video idea here. Let me throw this right in here. Um what will this be? Oh yeah. Other So we'll do another video at some point on other traders' ideas, where to find them, how to use them. But that's really like that's the only time I'll really ever use like anything insanely large or more than insanely large, like annual, is if I see another trader through like the ideas page, which I'll explain all this in another video. Hopefully it won't be too long. That'll be like a 10-minute one probably. But that's the only time I'll really use an insane time frame is if I see like another trader that's actually smart and trustable, like trusting, like that I would trust. If I see them like formulate a bias or a trade idea around that point, then I'll just look at it. But at the same time, you have to remember, and this is all with like high time frame and medium time frame analysis. A micro time frame thing is going to matter if you're going for a micro entry, small time frame, small entry, medium time frame, medium entry, large time frame, large entry, very large time frame, very large entry. An insanely large time frame would be an insanely large entry. So you have to think really. So say I'm entering based off of medium. So you want like your biggest time frame. So you want to have 3 time frames at a time, I would say. So most of the time what I do is I see what the medium time frame is doing and I want market to move in that direction. So I wait for a sign on the micro time frame that we're going to reverse the small time frame. So that's what you'd want. So like and that's how you get like these trades, or at least in my strategy, that's how you get these trades where it's like an hour max and I'm making a few bands. Whereas I wouldn't go anything smaller than this micro time frame having anything to do with it, and I wouldn't trade off of anything smaller than like medium or small time frame because this is like the smallest amount of time that market will actually respect your strategies, or at least for me, it's worked that way. And then at the same time, if you're going off of large time frame and um and you're like waiting for small time frame to reverse medium time frame, you're going to be sitting for a while and your stop loss isn't going to be able to be very tight. Like if you're betting, for example, if you're betting on this time frame here, most of the time you're not going to, where's a good example? So say we're betting off of this right here. Where's a better example? Okay, right here. So say we're betting that we're in an uptrend here because this is like a larger or medium time frame, whatever you want to call it. Say you're betting on this to continue an uptrend. You're not going to see this fucking micro break of structure and be able to place a competent entry with your stop loss at this low. Because what happened, it got taken right out. So that's the biggest thing. Don't trade on super small time frames because it's not like, just listen to the video. It's literally that simple. Don't fucking try to trade on some super small time frame because your trade's probably going to get completely disrespected. And then also don't fucking trade on this because if you place a trade off of annual market structure or monthly market structure, then you're going to be in the trade for at least a month. Let's use fucking common sense here. Don't be an idiot. Might sound rude, but do you want to be a millionaire trading or do you want me to be nice to you? So yeah, that's basically a breakdown of the different time frames, how to kind of use them. So now we'll go into like what I consider each one and how I use each one in a trade. So first off, move this over here just so that y'all can definitely see it. So first off, I like to trade on this. I'll like zoom out to find my key levels, but then I like to zoom in for the, where you see where it says 23.450, 23.500. I like this 50 number. So let's move this back down here. So microstructure time frame, I only use this for entries and like that individual candle shit, all of that shit. That's what I use micro time frame from. Bro, just watch the other videos. I'm gonna try to explain it as a separate piece of market as much as I can, but it's gonna make a lot more sense if you watch the other fucking videos because it's building off of my strategy. So micro time frame is like literally just this simple. So obviously, since we don't have a single red candle in here, this would be like the high, this entire candle structure, then low, then high, all the way up here, then low, then high, then low. So that's micro time frame. So that's not like any, most of the time that's not going to be swing lows and swing highs, except for like up here maybe. That's just entry confirmation, like I said. Small time frame. Now we're actually getting into something. So small time frame, I would really consider like shit like this as small time frame. So high, well, I'm gonna really explain this really nice to you guys because I'm feeling it. I'm kind of feeling in a good mood towards y'all because I feel like you have agreeable opinions to me. So where's our trend line? Here it is. So this would be a, ooh, I can put text on this too. Small time frame high. And then in the same sense, this would be the small time frame low. Ignore the fact that they're fucking diagonal. Would you rather sit through me fixing this perfectly for 2 hours, or would you rather sit through it 20 minutes and it's a little squiggly? That's what I thought. So if we'll just analyze. Yeah, this is actually perfect. We'll give a few examples and then I'll just do a full analyze day. But no. So say we're trading. Fucking, yeah, this will be good. This will be very good. So say we're trading off of this point right here, which will locate replay right back to here. So, okay, so that's a little too much. Let's fast forward a little bit. Okay, so we have this small time frame high, small time frame low, and then we have another small time frame high. The low hasn't been decided yet, so we won't mark that. Okay. Small time frame high, small time frame low, small time frame high. Okay, so what would we regard as medium time frame? What we're actually fucking trading off of. Like what we're biasing our whole trade off of. So this would be like yeah. We would regard this as a small time frame low down here. And let's bring this back. I know it sounds like I'm just dragging this video on, but I swear it makes more sense for me to have that there. So then this would be the medium time frame low. So do you see what we mean by medium time frame? Right here, lowest point, because that's kind of the direction that market's moving for the day. So that's why it makes sense to like move that way. And then in the same sense, this would be the medium time frame high. So we wouldn't necessarily like market structure like this. I definitely wouldn't really positively trade on. The only thing, sorry, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're not going to do that yet, but no. So then one could infer that this is going to become a medium time frame high just because we already have that downtrend, but we'll get to that. So that would like be the medium time frame high, and then off of that medium time frame low right there, and then right here this would be like a medium time frame high. And then even like this right here would be another medium time frame low. So then we have that. So blah, blah, blah. And then if we go to so this is the last one that I would actually consider. And then very large time frame and insanely large time frame, that's only gonna matter for like if you have the actual zone. So that's something like you mark for the week or like for the month, obviously, like I said in the last video, don't just use like day, month, use an actual high like this or an actual low like this. But then, what's it called? This would be the fucking high time frame, large time frame, whatever you want to call it. I call it large time frame. That's just mine. And then this would be large time frame low. And then what was the high that made this? Over here. Can we be sure this is a high? No, not yet. So right here would be the large time frame high. So now that we have that, and honestly, I hate this. Sounds like I'm just milking this shit, but we're probably just gonna do a few more things and then just do a whole nother video because I'm not gonna make you sit through 30 minutes in one fucking sitting of this shit. But this would be a large time frame high because you see this leads to it, and then this leads to this. This would be like a medium time frame high again here, but this is irrelevant to our trade idea right now, so that's why we're just not even marking that. But no. So based off of this, we can kind of draw right here. So we'll do the actual trend lines in like blue. So as you can see, what are we doing on the large time frame? We're doing an uptrend. And how can we tell? It's literally that simple. High leading to a higher high. And then same thing with the large time frame. Right here, we're going up, so we can confirm that the large time frame is making an up. That looks, I swear that looks like an E. But so we can confirm that the large time frame is in an uptrend, which is good. That's basically just gonna kind of pound down our bias a little more, make it a little more, what's the word I want to say? Like predictable, accurate, I guess. But no. So then, if we move on to the medium time frame, we have this high. And now we'll move this out of the way. So medium time frame, medium time frame. So then we can also infer that we're on an uptrend for this too. And we could realistically, low-key, actually, high, high, here. So yeah, we could just anywhere, any of these highs really matter. Like any of these, it doesn't really matter because either way we're in an uptrend from the high standpoint. So yeah, we're in an uptrend on the medium time frame. And then medium time frame low. So this is like a very gradual increase. Like you could even say it's really close to fucking fuck, what, how do I want to put this? Like you could even say that this is a little bit of a like I said, just a horizontal line. Like you could say that it kind of looks like it's stalling, but like if both of these were like close to horizontal, you could argue that, but since they're both, this one's going up this much and then the lows are going up this much. So A, you can use that, and then B, if you watched the order block video, I guarantee that's exactly the only reason we touched this low. Look at that. Order block retracement, order block retracement, order block retracement. So that's why it would make sense for us to only go down or only go up that much because it's an order block retracement. So yeah, you can see we're in an uptrend on the medium time frame, and then what are we doing on the small time frame? Right here we're going down, high, low, high, low, high, low. But right here, all of a sudden, we're going fucking small time frame high, time frame low. So right here you can see we're kind of thinking of a downtrend on the small time frame. So yeah, you can kind of see that. So do I want to get into this yet? So basically, blah blah blah. Then you can also make the argument that the medium time frame is starting to go from here to here. We'll draw. Don't get confused by this shit. But now you could argue, basically, what would make me take this trade idea before we get into the next video. You can see we're starting to go down a little bit. So ideally, I'd want to wait for this low here, especially since we're fighting the large time frame. Ideally, I'd want to wait for this low to be taken, but you could make a pretty decent trade just based off the small time frame. You could make a pretty decent case and a pretty decent trade just off of if we take this low here. So, say we take that low, and then what would make me take a trade from this position? So we'd want to take this low, and then we'd want to come back up and like somewhere into this order block, and then we could, if we're going in an order block retracement and we genuinely respect it and get like a micro break of structure, then we could go for a trade where we target here or like a 120% extension, which would be here, which is a crazy risk reward trade. But no. So that's kind of the basics of it. And then microstructure. Microstructure is only used for entries. So we'll get into an actual trade idea next video because we're already about 20 minutes, but this is like the basics of multiple time frame analysis. And like kind of how to use it for a trade. So like I said, quick recap, large time frame, uptrend, then zoom into the medium time frame. We were also on an uptrend. And then you can see small time frame, we're going for the fucking, we're on a downtrend, then we're on a minor uptrend up to here, and then we started going on a downtrend. So if you're taking a trade off of medium time frame, you would wait, especially since we have the large time frame in our favor. So we would wait pretty much for the small time frame to retrace to a zone that makes sense. So like right down here, if we go to if we're using a large time frame, okay, so that's definitely not what I wanted to do, but no. So we would wait for a retracement that makes sense on the large time frame standpoint. So right here, and then right here. So we'd wait for a retracement into these zones, 79%, 62%, and then based off of that, if we got like a small time frame break of structure, probably put a pretty good long basis on the trade. But no, so that's the basics. Just multiple time frame analysis. RA 20 minutes, so I'm literally about to record the next part right now.